All right, welcome back to the Welcome to the World of Sports podcast. I just want to thank y'all for the successful week. The successful first video we had on YouTube. I think it went real well, and I'm glad to keep putting this content out for y'all so y'all can have something to look forward to. I also want to let y'all know that we do have podcast merch on the way. It's on the way, so y'all be on the lookout for that. That's a big announcement I have for y'all. But I just want to introduce my good friend right here, Big Eddie. What's up, Eddie?
What's up, man? How you doing?
It's all good, bro. It's all good. And of course, Brax, as always. But we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. The first topic we have for y'all is the NFL season is coming up. And so it's a lot of new things, a lot of different things coming together. And so I just want to ask y'all, what are y'all expectations for the upcoming season and what y'all looking forward to the most?
Me personally, I'm just looking forward to seeing what teams like break out from below. That's how I would say it, I guess. Because we used to seeing the typical teams at the top, but this year I feel like it's some teams that could move up. I wrote down some teams that I think that really could show me something this year. For example, the Eagles. I really think they have a good chance of making a run, at least to the conference championship. My prediction, I have the Eagles versus the Rams in the NFC conference championship. I think that could be a good matchup. The Rams, they kind of bringing back the same crew for the most part. Now, one thing that does concern me is that Matthew Stafford does have a lingering tendonitis injury in his elbow, so that could be a situation where he might have to sit out games for a little bit. But other than that, I think everybody else is going to come back and be strong. And then on the Eagles side, like I said, they just bringing back some good people. They made some good draft picks. They got A.J. Brown. I think Devontae Smith is going to play better. So I think that'll be good. And then on the AFC side of things, I think people are forgetting just how good Mahomes is. I know Tyreek is gone. That's a big piece of their offense, but he still played good, and he still can make plays without Tyreek. He's a good passer of football. He's going to come back even stronger. And he was just a couple plays away from making it to the Super Bowl. A lot of people forget that. And then I think we're going to get a rematch of them versus the Bills. The Bills, they lost last year, but it was one of those coin toss situations. So I think, if they come back this year with the same mentality, I think there'll be something to see. So what y'all think?
So Eddie, he said that, and you kind of look like what are you talking about? So you going to elaborate on that?
What you want? You talking about Mahomes or the Eagles?
We could go Eagles first, and then we could talk about Mahomes.
Realistically, bro, the Eagles gonna be probably exciting to watch a few games, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs, to be honest. I love Jalen Hurts, but I don't think they got enough. Me personally, the offense, they got a couple pieces here and there. I don't think that defensive side go handle them, bro. The other guy on the back end is Darius Slade. All I'm worried about, bro. So I don't see it happening. And on the Mahomes, I think we finna really see how good he is without having, his number one guy and Tyreek Hill. But he still got Kelsey and he got Juju, but it's not the same. So they go keen on him and they really go test him. That's what I feel like. So I'm excited to see that.
So you don't think that the Eagles have nothing? You don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, bro?
I don't.
They definitely gonna. I feel like they're gonna win the NFC East just because fact.
Oh, go ahead.
I say they're gonna win the NFC East just because the simple fact Dallas is injured. They got a lot of injuries. They really need to address the wide receiver position. The Eagles, they got good offensive line. They got Jalen Hurts. They got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. Then they just added C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That I'm gonna get to that in a few, but they just added him, and then they also got Darius Slay. I think that they'll make the playoffs. As far as them going to the NFC Championship, I don't think that's gonna happen, but they'll make the playoffs because I do have them coming out of the East. But for me in the conference championship, y'all already know I'm rolling my Saints. So we stacked this year. We loaded on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball now. Both sides of the ball. We loaded on both sides of the ball. So I got us, and I also think a team, you got to look out for Tampa Bay. You got to look out for LA because those teams are going to be up there per usual. But Green Bay, I don't know about Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers ain't got Devontae no more. So that's an iffy situation. Right. So really and truly, I can honestly, between those 4 teams in the NFC, I think it's going to be between those 4 teams, but in the AFC, it's going to be hard to choose, bro. Like, the AFC is so stacked with everybody. You got the Raiders now, you got the Broncos, you got the Chargers. You still got the Chiefs.
No, don't say the Broncos.
The Broncos, bro, are you crazy? They got defense already. Broncos got defense already. They still, yeah, bro. Yes, they still
you got the Bills. You got Cincy. Yes. Buffalo.
I'm just saying that's the good teams. I ain't saying that they're gonna compete for a championship. I'm just saying like there's teams that's gonna, have to compete because the AFC is just stacked now. The AFC West in itself is, you might as well say, a stacked division. We might see 3 teams from that division make the playoffs, but you still got to take into account, you got to take in Joe Burrow in them. You got to take in the Ravens with Lamar, because I think Lamar gonna have a huge season this year. Right. I think, and then if Jacob Brissett can hold down the Browns until Deshaun get back, that could be a problem too.
I don't see it happening. I hope. I don't see it happening.
I said last week. I said 5 to 6 games.
I say 3. 3. Now the defense might win them a couple games by themselves, but just the offense and the call, I don't know.
Well, they don't have receivers either. Like, they don't have, besides Amari Cooper.
Amari got People Jones. They got a nice tight end. Njoku, he kind of nice.
Yeah, Njoku is nice. The defense is what's gonna get them through the stretch without Deshaun.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But hey, when Depot come back, hey, you know what time it is.
Yes, indeed. Did anything surprise y'all the most during the preseason though?
I have one big surprise that I would like to mention. A lot of people like to talk a lot of crap, mainly the 2 people that's on this podcast right now about my team, Houston Texans. But I really want to hear from y'all perspective. I mean, did y'all really expect us to go undefeated in the preseason like we did?
You did not know my expected, bro.
But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't. But at the same time, you gotta realize what you said. It's preseason. So
preseason.
But see,
no started playing, bro. They play for about one. They play one drive and go sit down and watch the rookies play.
How many games, Brax? How many games you think y'all gonna win?
I think realistically, we could win. I'm not expecting us to win more than 8 games. I think if we win, that's a pretty decent number. I think
8 games.
Looking at our schedule and not just who we play, but when we play them, I feel like we could get some teams kind of napping and like they play us and they'll think that they can just walk over us. But we're not a team, as you've seen last year. Some teams that really need to make a playoff spot, like the Chargers, really try to beat us, and they couldn't because of our quarterback and our defense and all that. So it's really just I was just so happy to see my team play so well in the preseason despite all the things people.
Are you serious, bro?
I don't want to hear people was making fun of us in the comment section, talking about preseason this, preseason that. When we play good this year, I don't want to hear nothing. That's all I got to say on that.
Go ahead.
Right. Davis, whatever you want to call him, that's not the answer, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all first problem is at QB. Now, y'all got some nice pieces around, but y'all first problem is at QB. He not taking y'all where you want to go. I don't see him winning over 3 games, bro. Y'all might, I would go say the Colts, but y'all not beating them. I don't see y'all beating the Colts. I don't see y'all beating Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. Y'all for sure not beating Tennessee. I don't see it. 4 games is push. You said 8. 8 is for sure push, but 4, okay. That's gonna be tough.
You brought up 3 teams. You brought up
twice though. That's 6 games right now.
You brought up right now teams in our division, you brought up the Colts, Jags, and you brought up the Titans.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough for us to beat them, but we beat them last year in a game. We won one game against them. That's all we need to
It's a
do.
different season, my boy.
It is a different season, but I mean, they didn't really come back really doing nothing different crazy, so we ain't worried about them. Then Jaguars, we handle them all the time. We handle them every season. So that's 2 wins right there. Would you say that's 2 wins?
I would not say that's 2 wins, but
I don't know, because I think Trevor
Oh,
Lawrence gonna have a big jump under Doug Peterson. I really do. So I don't know if that's 2 wins either.
Okay. And then if you give us just 1 win against the Colts, I think
Y'all not gonna beat the Colts.
JT
either,
go
bro.
whoop
The
y'all.
Colts got Matt Ryan. The Colts are gonna be a team that's gonna compete too, just because they've had the talent for years. They just never had a quarterback that's gonna help them win games. You know what I'm saying?
Don't disrespect Andrew Luck now. Don't do that.
No, I'm
Andrew
not
Luck
saying
won.
no. But Andrew Luck was there, but he didn't have a complete team like Matt Ryan got now. I'll say that. He didn't have a complete team.
He had enough.
They
He had a
are.
running back, but we had Frank Gore.
They are dog, like their defense. They got a pretty good
Yeah,
defense.
they defense nice.
Then they do
So,
have receivers with Pittman Jr. They got some weapons and Jonathan Taylor. So I think they're gonna compete. I don't know about that being 2 wins for y'all right there, Brax. I don't know. Y'all might go 0-17 this year.
he said 8. Now I say 3, bro. Because some teams they gonna rest him for like the last 3 games of the season. He would just go play sit back up and stuff. Hey, that might be Detroit. Y'all play Detroit?
Let me pull up the.
Washington football.
Detroit either, boy. I don't think they're gonna beat Detroit either, son.
I don't know Detroit. Who Detroit quarterback? The starting quarterback.
Jared Goff.
Who?
Jared Goff.
Oh, yeah, he better than David.
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 All right. Since y'all got so much to say on the team, let's pull up the schedule. Let's see.
We'll go W or L.
So first game of the year, we got the Colts. I say
L.
I'll give y'all that. We probably lose that game.
Yeah.
We'll probably lose that game.
All right.
Second game, we got the Broncos.
L.
Now they still gonna be learning. They still gonna be figuring things out. So
but they got Russ though.
Still got Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, still got Russell Wilson.
Fine, I give y'all that. We got the week 3.
I think the Bears.
Yes,
that might be a good game right there.
I got a chance to beat the Bears.
That might be a good game.
That's
that whole line is terrible.
I'll give y'all a win right there. That's 1 win.
I think it's gonna be a back and forth game right there. Probably 18-21, something like that.
I'll give it to him.
I'll give you 1. That's 1.
I'm not gonna say the games that I think we lose, but I'm just gonna count out some games that I think we'll win. We played Washington. Well, they're not the football team anymore. They're the Commanders.
That's L.
We played the Giants. I think that's a win for us.
That's a win. That's winnable.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'm still iffy on now.
All they gotta do is shut down Saquon.
Saquon.
They shut them. Just put everybody 8 in the box. Let everybody else go back there.
Tough. But then they still got Tony and Sterling Shepard though.
Conley, who?
Kadarius Toney.
I don't know that one.
From Florida. He got
rookie.
No, this is second year, I think. But they still got him and they got Sterling Shepard too. So I don't know.
Texans, they got Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks nice, and they got a nice tight end. Yeah. But they ain't got no running back no more. We gone.
Yeah, why y'all? That was dumb. They got a real Mac. Yeah, that was dumb.
I mean, we had some running backs playing in the preseason games. I mean, so I'm not really worried about that. I mean, they was doing what they needed to do, so I'm not worried about that.
In preseason, but yeah, go ahead. Next game.
My main thing is I think we'll be competitive enough in games to where if teams don't play the way they need to play, we can win on those games and capitalize on those moments. But I'm cool with leaving it right there. I just know that in some of these games, it's going to be a lot closer than y'all think. I
think y'all going to be competitive. I really do. But as far as winning games, I don't think y'all going to have what it takes to win, to pull out games. But I think y'all going to be competitive, though.
I hope every team's competitive. It's the NFL.
Not every team.
Besides Texans.
I mean, the Jaguars wasn't competitive last year.
They wasn't getting blown out like that.
Okay.
All right. So next in this, I am going to give y'all my top 5 corners. and I'll try to tell y'all why I chose these players. But after this, y'all just let me know if y'all agree with my list. But
You going in order?
Yeah, I'm gonna start from 5 and I'm gonna go to 1.
Right,
So at 5, I got Denzel Ward. He, in my opinion, he's a lockdown corner. He can take away one side of the field. I think he doesn't get enough credit for what he does. I think he's a very underrated corner. But if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he is the highest paid corner in the league. So you got to be the highest paid corner in the league for a reason. If you're gonna locking up the number 1 guy, you know, all game. At 4, I got Marshawn Lattimore. Just because he a dog, you know, he a Saint, and he come from Ohio State. Ohio State does always produce top tier players in the league.
Yeah.
And his numbers show, you know what I'm saying? Just look at his numbers. He's a multi-time Pro Bowler. So I just feel like he deserves to be up on the list. Next at 3, I got JC Jackson. JC Jackson is another one of those corners that can shut down half of the field. And he also is he catches a lot of picks too. So I just feel like he'll help the Chargers out a lot in a bigger way this year. So I put him at 3. 2, I got Jair Alexander. Just because I think he's the real deal other than my number 1. I got him as number 2 just because I think he's the real deal. If he can stay healthy enough this year, y'all gonna see why I got him at 2. That's all I'm gonna say about him. Y'all gonna see why I got him at 2 if he can stay healthy. And at number 1, I just, you know, that's a given. Jalen Ramsey, you know, he's been consistent year in and year out, locking up these number 1 receivers. He talked that talk and he backs it up. So yeah, at 1, it's no other than Jalen Ramsey. What y'all think?
Only got one critique with that.
That's an A-list.
I mean, I hear you, but I mean, I don't see how you can have like a top 5 list and somebody get 11 interceptions in the season. And
I knew that was coming.
Who?
Trayvon.
Bro, he gave, all right, yeah, you got 11 interceptions, but do y'all see the amount of yards he give up trying to get them 11 interceptions? In my opinion, you can't be a top 5 cornerback if you getting burnt like that. Yeah, you're 11.
I do see a lot of clips of him getting burnt,
but he getting burnt. So like, you can't be a top corner in my opinion if you getting burnt like that, because that's a liability. Yeah, you catching picks, that's cool and all, but at the same time, you also giving up these yards too. So that's why, I mean, he's up there, but he ain't in my top 5. I don't think. But you make a valid point though.
Yeah, what you think, Eddie?
Yeah, I like the list. I was waiting on you to say Xavier Howard. I'll put him in there, and I think a sleeper that everybody sleep on, Darius Slay. Nobody really talks about him, but he's really the corner.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to make a top 5 because it got so many guys, you know, that deserve to be in it. And that you know, it's 5 people you can only put in it. So yeah. But coming up, we got the Worldwide Sports segment. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all don't want to miss it. We'll be back.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Welcome to the World of Sports podcast. We're about to start our Worldwide Sports segment. And to start us off, we're going to have our special guest ask us our first question. So what's it?
So how y'all feel about the Donovan Mitchell news? Y'all want him to go? Y'all want him to stay? What it is?
Me personally, the main thing I've been hearing coming from the whole situation was that they were trying to see if there was some potential trade packages with the Knicks. But I mean, as much as I would have loved to see him in a bigger market playing for, you know, one of the biggest franchises in the NBA, I think today's news pretty much put a damper on that situation, because with RJ Barrett getting his re-up with his big deal for 4 years, $120 million, I think it kind of just makes it impossible because I know that Utah wanted to get him in that trade package. I mean, if I was the Jazz, I would want a team. I mean, I would want a player of RJ Barrett's caliber. If I'm giving up my best player, I mean, I think maybe there's some other teams out there he could try to go to, but me personally, I think he's gonna end up staying in Utah, and he's gonna have to work that situation out. But what y'all think?
Personally, me, I think Donovan Mitchell is gonna stay in Utah. Like you said, you're just gonna have to work it out. Just because, once again, the RJ Barrett trade, I mean, it pretty much fell through the roof when he signed that deal. So like, it's gonna be hard for them to find a trade for Donovan Mitchell now. So I really just think he stays put, honestly.
Yeah, and when Utah getting something in return for Donovan, like they really had to clear out the whole roster. Like Emmanuel Quigley gone, Obi Toppin gone, Julius Randle. It just giving up too many people for Donovan and not getting in return. So I say you got to stay.
Yeah, fact. So next, the Lakers head coach Darvin Ham says he will find a role for Russell Westbrook after the team traded for Patrick Beverley last week. Jeannie Buss says that Russ was the most consistent player on the team last season. I'll start with you, Eddie, since you the fan, you the fan. How you feel about that?
Fan of who?
A fan of the team, of the Lakers.
Nah. Fan of LeBron. That's it. Russell was, he was more consistent at turnovers, for sure. That's it. Now, I say he played. The best of the best ability is availability. He had that, but he wasn't really producing, in my opinion. But he did have a stretch where he played, I say, okay, and he wasn't as bad as he was in previous games or at the end of the season. But if we can't get Russell Westbrook gone and trade for either Miles Turner and Buddy Hield or for Cam Reddish into picks, then I say we just have to deal with it and hope for the best, man. Just hope that Dermot know what he's doing and he can get to Russ and just allow him to buy in. Because if Russ will buy in and just do his thing and be aggressive in his role and not try to do nothing else besides that, then we can easily win the championship, bro. Nobody messing with a healthy AD, healthy LeBron. That's the only thing stopping us, bro. But Russell, he just got to find his way and hopefully just do his job, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like Russ, he'll find it. I feel like Darvin Ham will get him right. I think the Darvin Ham hire was good, not only for the team but for Russ. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he gonna make everybody. I don't know. I just think that he gonna help Russ out a lot. I don't know how
he on a tight leash.
I feel like Russ gonna have a good year. What you said?
He on a tight leash for sure. Like,
yeah,
if I'm Ham, 2 turnovers in a row, put him Pat in. Go get him, Pat. Go get him, Lonnie. Somebody going to get him.
Yeah. What you think, bro?
I'm on a different side of it, the way that y'all think. I think that's the problem with the whole way that people are trying to coach Russ. I feel like people are just trying to contain him too much. They forget that this is a MVP caliber player when he is in an offense that's catered to him. I think in this whole Lakers experiment, the team has been more so catered towards how LeBron likes his team to be. And I think if you just give Russ the keys to the offense and just let him be him, I think you can see more of what he is supposed to be. They try to put him in situations where he's off the ball. I mean, we never seen Russ off the ball, so that's never going to work. I feel like you bring it back the same people to do the same thing in another year, and I just don't think it's going to work that way. You're asking a coach to do an impossible job, which is to contain one of the most uncontainable players in the NBA. So I don't think it'll work out that way. I mean, his numbers, he played 78 games last year out of 82. That's what you want. But you don't want that if he's producing bad. So, like y'all say, they might as well get rid of him. But, I don't see who's going to take him. So,
me either.
The Rockets, they said they want him back. You feel me? So,
who?
The Rockets.
Nah.
Who's going to get back for the Rockets? Ain't got nobody to offer us.
We'll take anybody.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
anybody for us. We already dealt with that one time. We cool with Jalen.
Oh, but now you said just give Russ the ball, give him the keys, right?
No,
yeah.
You give him the keys, but you don't give him our keys. You give him y'all.
Nah. So you want us to suffer because you already dealt with. That's why you're saying that. You already seen the Russ experience. That's why you're trying to wish bad for us.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't.
Russ don't got the key. Russ not the same Russ he was in 2016, 15. He not athletic no more. He got a couple spurts here and there, but you can't give him the keys like you would now. Not right now, bro. He don't got it like that no more. He's not that same type of player, bro. He can jump a little bit, but no, he's not that kind of player.
I really think if we can get the Russell Westbrook we saw in the year before in Washington, we'll be good. But last year, I don't know what he had going on. That was blasphemy there. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, that was blasphemy.
I mean, I get it in a way because he used to having the ball so much and he's trying to find his niche off the ball, but he just got to see, like, at this point in time in his career, he's not going to have the ball in this offense because he want to win the championship. So he had to make sacrifices, and he knew that coming to LA. So I feel like he was trying to find his role and then trying to force his old self into it while trying to find it as well. Knowing LeBron and AD is on the court and they're the offense, really. So it's like stressful.
So LSU coach Brian Kelly has decided that he will not announce the starter yet, and the starter will be announced before Sunday's game. In y'all opinion, who y'all think should be the starter for us?
The starter is Jaden. Jaden's starting for sure.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, I think Florida State knows what it is too. Yeah. But I think he's just trying to use that as leverage.
Yeah, I understand. It's game planning. Now, it would be crazy if he come out there and put Gus on. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Then halftime switch him up and play them both.
You think it's gonna be Jaden?
Yeah. Brett, go ahead.
So I think it's just like I say, just a little bit of tactical stuff going on there. But I mean, I don't think it'll give much of an advantage. I mean, we all kind of know, like I said, that who's gonna start. So
yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so next, Aaron Donald. If y'all haven't seen it yet, he was involved in a practice incident. Do y'all think that Aaron Donald should be penalized by the league for, just having a practice altercation?
Hey, what AI say? You talking about practice? Come on,
yeah.
Man. It just practice, bro. Like, he got heated. That's what he do, though. When he get mad, he go to grab him face mask, and that's what he do. That's just his thing. So I don't know what to say about that one. But I don't think it's penalized.
Nah.
You're shaking your head. What's up?
I do not agree. If a man is literally holding two helmets and swinging them at my head, that is an assault.
Many times, boy.
He may not face a punishment from the league, but if he would have connected and caused damage to somebody, he would be facing penalties from the law. This is like, oh, you cannot do that. I don't care if it's on a practice field or in a game field. You just can't do that. I'm sorry.
Let me ask y'all this, though. How many times y'all think that happened in practice and we don't hear about it? I think
you do it in practice. Like the helmet.
I think we've seen they've had stuff worse than Aaron Donald, but I think we just see what Aaron Donald did because it's Aaron Donald. You get what I'm saying? I feel like there's more that goes on in practice than what we know. And I think that it's just really being magnified because it's Aaron Donald, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they the Super Bowl champs, so it's even bigger eye on them. So I agree with that. But I still think, you can't allow this to happen. I mean, you just putting players in danger like that. I think, I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable with it. I mean, that's y'all. If y'all feel comfortable with a man swinging helmets at people's heads, that's y'all.
He ain't swinging at our heads. He's swinging at their head. But now, like,
we know what happened bro. In my head.
Anyway, fight go happen, bro. Like, it's football, bro. Like, people go fight, bro. Emotions get riled up. People, they, everything actions high. And they do at the end of the day. Like, they want to show their testosterone. They want to show who got the bigger cojones. They know. Yeah. So it's gonna be a little push shove here and there, but like that's natural. It's just like in this situation, the helmet is just a little over the top. But like I don't say it's nothing too crazy really about it. Just took a little overboard. Like, he ain't had to do all that.
Yeah,
right. It's normal.
I agree with that. moving on to the next topic, Serena Williams. A lot of people think that this run could be her last one. We all know the type of awards and performances that she's put on the tennis court and took things as far as women in sports even beyond the way that we've usually seen it. What are y'all thoughts on how she's impacted the world of sports? And is there anything, else that y'all have to say on that?
Personally, I just she's the GOAT of tennis. I don't care what anybody says. She's the GOAT, not even on the women's side, but I think on the men's side too. Just because I think she is the GOAT of tennis, and I just think that her impact goes far beyond tennis. And that's what it is.
And you think as a former tennis player yourself?
Yes, sir. Hey, tell them about it. Nah, but yeah, she's definitely had a huge impact. It's just really can't put into words just how special she is and how much she means to not just the Black community, but to the world of tennis, really, because she's just been encouraging and it's a person that people can look up to and be like, hey, I want to do that. And then not saying it's a woman-dominated industry, but it gives the little girls, like John said, the little girls of today, like something to look forward and just somebody to admire and want to be like. So I think it's really cool that what she was done and like this her story and how many people she's impacted without her even knowing. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree, especially that when she came back and was playing tennis and
Thank you, Miss Serena.
Yes, indeed.
But moving on to something else that's more of a serious topic, reports have came out that John Wall was contemplating taking his own life during some rough times over the past 2 to 3 years. I know it's a very touchy topic, but do we think that sometimes we overlook the human element of these NBA players, NFL players, and sports players in general?
Most
100%.
Definitely. 100%. Most definitely. They think they're superhuman, bro. But at the end of the day, people don't realize that they're human too. Like they have feelings, they have emotions. And it's just they have outlets that they can talk to, but at the end of the day, they might not feel comfortable to just talk to a stranger. But there's certain stuff that they go through that you might never know about. And that's why you just gotta treat people with respect and just always give them the benefit of the doubt because you never know what they might be going through.
Yeah, facts. I watch a lot of sports podcasts in my free time just because, I'm a sports head, but a lot of these, when they sit down with these athletes and these, these players of different sports, a lot of them talk about that, about how they, at the end of the day, they're just human at the end of the day. And so these people, they get on social media and they troll them. Yeah, you trolling them this and that, but you got to realize that these players got feelings too, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of the things that you say, you know what I'm saying? You got to realize that these, they're people too. And so they go through things. Their life isn't perfect, you know what I'm saying? Just because they got money don't mean they got problems, they don't have problems, you know what I'm saying? So I think that we just have to start humanizing these players for what they are, because that's exactly what they are. They're humans and everybody go through stuff. And so I just want to say to John Wall that yeah, just hang in there, bro. It gets better, you know what I'm saying? And life is bigger than basketball at the end of the day. So just hang in there, man.
Yeah, I will say this. I think that we're at a good time where players are able to share this, and it's not it's such a thing where players don't even do it. I heard Kevin Love sharing his story. People are open to sharing their stories, and that's the only way that us fans can relate to them, because we're so used to seeing them in their element that it takes a lot for us to see them. Sometimes it's a funny thing the way life is. You kind of associate people with their talents, but you don't think about the human element. So I think that's something for us to think about as fans, and just to appreciate people for who they are.
But because he hit rock bottom, bro, and that's what most people can relate to, because he hit rock bottom, seeing everything just being taken from him that he loved so quickly, and then he went through some losses too, and it shows it gave us something to relate to. So I'm glad to see him on another team and getting his groove back, and I just hope he has a healthy season.
Yeah,
Just get back to where he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Now, can I get a moment of silence, please? Can I get a moment of silence? I just need 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. And this is going out to the New Orleans Saints front office. 5 minutes of your time, please. Mickey Loomis. What were you thinking today when you traded away a star player? I understand, and I'm not even mad that he got traded. I'm not even mad, bro. I'm not even mad because the simple fact is I understand the business side. I understand that they couldn't get on the same page as far as business. So, Chauncey, I wish you nothing but the best. Mickey Loomis, I'm not even mad that you traded him. But to get a 5th round and a 6th round pick back for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, that is blasphemy. Straight blasphemy, bro. We have to do better. It's time and time again we get rid of these star players, bro, for the cost of nothing.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it right there.
Nothing. It always happens to us. And then we always wonder why we get so close to the Super Bowl and we don't make it. Maybe because we're missing that missing piece. Whatever the piece may be, maybe because we're missing it and we can't draft it because y'all go out and y'all trade these star players for nothing.
For nothing.
Nothing. And yeah, you know how I'm feeling at it because
I know how you feeling, man. I know how you feeling. I know. Bill O'Brien. Yeah, Bill O'Brien, yeah.
Yeah, so Bill O'Brien, you listen too. So I just want to know. I'm not even mad that Chauncey got traded. I just want to know what was the process behind, us getting a 5th and 6th round pick back. So Mickey Loomis, I hope you see this. I hope you give me a call so we can sit down and talk about, why you did this. Because I really want to know. I really do. But that's all I got to say on that. Y'all the Saints better show up and perform on Sundays. That's all I got to say. Because this CJG trade, I don't know, bro. It ain't look too good. But we'll be back in a few with our Black Spotlight. So y'all don't want to miss it. Mickey Loomis, you better call me. We'll be back.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the podcast. Now it's time for the Black Spotlight segment. And first, I'll go first by shouting out Braxton Brown, the fellow podcast member. Everybody make sure y'all go get his new album coming out on September 2nd called Rebirth. The link will be in the description. He is an amazing artist. Yes, let me tell it because he won't tell you himself. I love listening to Braxton Tyler. Yes, he has a lot of unique elements to his song. Please go check it out. It will be in the description down below. Go listen to it, check it out.
Yes, indeed. My Black Spotlight for this week is none other than Lil Baby. I chose Lil Baby just because I watched his documentary recently, and I seen, he went through hard times. He had to provide for his family at a young age, so it forced him to grow up at a young age. But he was smart enough to be able to turn his life around, after he went to prison for a little while. And I just want to say, I want to spotlight him because he always gives back to his community. It's never about himself. It's always about how he can help others. So, Lil Baby, I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. And you're my Black Spotlight for the week.
All right, for my Black Spotlight, I've chosen Shaquille O'Neal. Just because going to LSU, I kind of even more so realized why I'm a big fan of him. And not only that, I mean, he obviously most dominant big man we ever seen in the NBA, but a lot of the stuff that he does away from basketball, just helping communities, like when families are down with stuff. I mean, it was a sad news. It was child who was shot, and he paid for the whole funeral. He does stuff like that a lot of times, just like helping the community out. And I don't need to go through all his accolades. Y'all know who Shaq is, but I just appreciate our Black figures giving back to the community and in times of need. So I pick Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, indeed. All righty, that's all we got for y'all this week. I just want to say, if y'all got any questions y'all would like us to address on the podcast, please leave them in the comment section below on the YouTube channel. Yeah, we're gonna need those because it gives us a lot more to talk about, other than what we already got planned. So that'll be good. And I also want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and also listen on anywhere you can get your podcast. Anywhere you want to listen to your podcast, it's available. So y'all give us a listen. And until next week, y'all got anything y'all want to say?
Thank y'all for joining us. See you next week.
Yes, indeed. Thank y'all.